Hey everybody, Kenny here. It's gonna be the last of my Necromancer test builds. I saved this one for last because it is a retaliation build and I love retaliation builds. Is it gonna be good? Oh no, this is a testing series, so the data will show. For our E-passive, since we've done all the others, all that's left is Rothman's Vigor. So we are working in some blood builds into this one. Not blood builds. We're working in some blood skills into this one. For this one, we are going to be using our basic and core skills for blood. And so Rothman's Vigor, which increases our maximum life, and once we've been healthy for 15 seconds, grants our next blood skill overpower, is a good one to have. Just notice that my golem is not on my bar here, so let me fix that. Much better. As I mentioned, we are using the blood skills from the basic and core tiers. So Hemorrhage is a single target skill that we have an upgrade for that makes it that if we picked up a blood orb, then our next Hemorrhage will deal damage to an area instead of a single target. And we have Initiate's Hemorrhage that makes it that Hemorrhage gives us some Fortify based on the percentage of our base life. We also have 3 ranks in Blood Surge, along with the upgrades that heal us and that grant us overwhelming blood, which are stacks that also cause us to overpower with our Blood Surge skill. So this is going to be our main form of overpower in this build. And the reason that we're using these is that the blood stuff will give us a form of healing, and we want a form of healing because in order to maximize our retaliation, we are going to be using Bone Prison. How does that work, right? Well, we're going to be using Bone Prison pretty much on ourselves. The idea here is that we're going to be running up to an enemy with our golem in tow, possibly with one or more defenders with us, and we're going to be locking them into Bone Prison with us to fight them. And since we're going to be locked in such close quarters, we definitely want to have a means of giving ourselves some healing through attacking. And so with that in mind, we are using Bone Prison with the upgrade that gives us essence, depending on the number of enemies that are locked in with us, and Ghastly Bone Prison, which makes it that enemies inside of the Bone Prison are vulnerable. And we have full ranks in Spiked Armor, so that we have just a passive amount of thorns. And to feed into that, we are using the Iron Maiden Curse, ranked up to 3. And we have the upgrades that make it that it no longer costs any essence to use it, and instead we gain essence for cursing enemies with it. And that if we curse enough enemies, we increase the damage that is dealt when we are hit by enemies who are cursed by Iron Maiden. We are also fully invested in the Amplify passive that increases damage dealt to enemies that are cursed. We're fully invested in Gruesome Mending so that we have increased healing from all sources. We have 2 ranks in Inspiring Leader so that if we've been healthy for at least 4 seconds, our minions gain attack speed. We have 4 ranks in Death's Defense so that our minions are more tanky, so they can't have more than 30% of their maximum life taken in a single blow. And Hellbent Commander so that our minions deal increased damage while we're close to them. Yeah, so the basic idea here is, we are locking ourselves in the ring, we curse the enemies, and start blasting away with our blood skills. And while they're locked in, they're taking tons of damage, both from us attacking them and from them attacking us. It's my favorite synergy in ARPGs, and I wish more of them did it the way that this game does. Because this is the best form of retaliation build. So with all the setup out of the way, let's go find an event. Alright, let's try it out. And so it felt effective, but I don't know, like I think that my inexperience in using curses in this game and using Bone Prison in this game may have affected that effectiveness quite a bit. Let's see. Yeah, that's how we want to use it. Yeah, so I need to work on that reflex to be able to make this work for me. Let's go find another event to test that out. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, I need to move this button on my controller.
Lack the required essence.
Like where my where my 4 is located on my controller is the same is the alt, basically the alt of the dodge button. So anytime I'm trying to use the curse, I end up dodging when I have a dodge charge available.
I need time to do that.
Yeah, but as long as you aren't doing something like me where you have essentially a bad controller set up for for the game, like that seems like a very solid build to go with. We're killing things very fast, even against a bunch of the big axe guys. Like we were still doing very well. And so I don't think I'm going to be switching to this, but I might. I mean, like, because it was always an intention of mine to work some thorns into this build. I might still like work in Iron Maiden into the build. Yeah, once I, of course, update my control schema so that it's not triggering our evade when we don't mean to. Yeah, like Thunderdome is a go. As always, if you like listening to this old man talk about RPGs and found any of these tips useful, then I appreciate doing other YouTube stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, Ve Victus, Buyers and Numeris, and bye.